having such a hard time these days distinguishing the difference between news and entertainment news, because it feels like if it's trivial and doesn't affect anybody's life, like, I don't know, a Kardashian being pregnant or John Mulaney and Olivia Munn boning or having a baby, whatever, like that's clearly entertainment news. And it has to do with a natural disaster or politics. That's clearly news. But like with stories that become where pop culture becomes obsessed with them, like the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie story, or like this R. Kelly story. Now, granted, Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie were not people that I had heard of prior to her death and his disappearance or hidingness, but they were YouTube personalities. R. Kelly, mega star, today was found guilty. We knew he was on trial in New York. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But is that news? Is it entertainment news? That's why when people talk to me about what this show is, what I talk about, it's kind of like, I feel like there used to be a very clear divide between news and entertainment news. And now there's just kind of the shit that we care about. And sometimes that shit is really silly and trivial and not important, but we still care about it anyway. And sometimes that shit is really important and has to do with people's protection and rights on the R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, Free Britney side of things. So it's always kind of wild when I come and I'm prepped for this show and I'm like, we are an entertainment show. So I intend on talking about Midnight Mass today because I have so much to say about that. Reservation Dogs, which you guys got me onto, and about Only Murders in the Building, also a recommendation from you all. For those of you guys who aren't sold, I'm here to talk a little bit about those shows. But then I'm like, but the R. Kelly thing affects people's actual lives. And it's so crazy how it's all intertwined. The Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie situation is still driving me up a fucking wall. I'm sure her family is going out of their mind with the fact that Brian Laundrie has not been found yet. Where the fuck is he? More and more suspicious by the day. But yeah, those are some of my thoughts going on. Today is Monday, September 27th. Oh, it's Kathy Kelly's birthday. Somebody remind me at the end of the show to text Kathy Kelly and wish her happy birthday. I'm pretty sure her birthday's the 27th. You ever say something out loud and you're like, oh shit, I got to deal with that. And so we're going to be talking today about TV show recommendations, R. Kelly being found guilty. And I didn't talk about on the 25th, TUDUM did their Netflix presentation where we saw a ton of new trailers, a bunch of new announcements. So I just kind of want to dive into what it is that's going on in the world of Netflix. Also, hello to all of you guys. Hi to the rock stars. We're only going to be here for a half an hour because I'm running an intern meeting in 30 minutes. Just for you guys to know, I also, tomorrow, I'm not going to be on SEM because I am filming The Big Thing, which is going to be airing on Wednesday, I think. On Wednesday, I'm actually filming a Rotten Tomatoes show, though. So I'm going to be a little late to this show on both Tuesday and Wednesday. Probably actually around this time, around 2 o'clock for Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, we should be back to normal, although I am filming Only Stupid Answers on Thursday, but I'm filming that after the show because then Friday I leave for the wedding. So it's going to be a jam-packed week where we're on The Big Thing, Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what show yet, so I'll just keep you guys posted about that. Only Stupid Answers and Live at the Roxy every day except for Friday and Sunday where I will be traveling and don't think I'll have time to do shows those days. So now you got my schedule. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Questions, comments, concerns, support, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody for showing up for the Basic Bitch show last night. It was a lot of fun. And then Steph and I went out on a little date night. We went to get ramen, and it was delicious. So we had a hell of a time. But we missed Dee the entire time. And we were excited when we saw an update from her on the World Girls Instagram that she's at Fantastic Fest. She's seeing movies. She's having fun without us. It's sad. And doing her thing. So, wow, I'm really greasy right now, but I don't know why. I just washed my face. Huh. Grease case. Grease case. My life is complicated. Boyfriends. Don't want to talk about it. Teenage. We'll work it on the embrace face. No, sorry. Grease face. Change the lyrics up on you. Thanks to everybody who's joining us live right now. I appreciate all of you guys. Helsing 7747, Glenn Caesar, Jimmy Nails, C. Lou Bonino, Haskell 420, The Luke Reviews, Glenn Caesar, John Lestrina, John Perillo, John Get Bent, Stormy Woods, George Pruitt, Jimmy Nails, Kurt, what up? Dirt Hagans, Ryan Payne, Loudy Ferdinand. Loudy, I haven't seen you in a second. Jack Case, Evan Hooker, Zeno Hour, keep scrolling, Della Common, Christian Hardesty, Michelle O'Rourke, Lauren. I love the World Go show last night. So fun. I'm so glad to hear it. John Eugene, Jake Robles, and everybody else for joining us live. Thank you guys for being here on this Monday. Like I said, I'm only going to be here for a toy 30. Keep it toy like a toiga. Who knows? Let's go into the Streamlabs, see what's going on with you guys today. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. That's my name. Please wear it out. In the Streamlabs, starting us off, we've got the Zen one, Glenn Caesar. He says, hello and a good day to you, Roxy. Thanks for choosing to hang out with us today. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Sky, Jet, Grammy, Papo, and your family. He puts family in quotes, by the way. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, Roxy and rock stars, because you deserve it. Roxy and rock stars who show up to give their support whenever, however they can. Thank you for being a friend, support, candle in the darkness for the people around you. Everyone who's battling, keep fighting. You're a winner. Every win for you is a win for all. I was just texting with Smuts, by the way. He's doing well, I think. Glenn also said, being unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, this suit is black, not, as well as being caring, kind, and fully unique, makes you humane, worthy, and a cozy fire to be near. You're stupendous. Whoa, I'm stupendous. A priceless treasure and an inspiration. Thanks, Glenn. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. My very first super chatter ever. If you guys watch the show, you already know who it is. Lloyd Nance says, hey, Roxy. Hi, Lloyd. Happy to hear from you, honey. Thank you. Also on the Streamlabs, D-Train says, what's up, Roxy? Which of these 4 shows coming out next year are you anticipating from least to greatest? Ozark Season 4, Stranger Things Season 4, Cobra Kai Season 4, The Last of Us. Really great question. I love questions like this, D-Train. So you guys know I'm obsessed with Ozark, Stranger Things, and Cobra Kai. And I don't play The Last of Us, but there's so much hype around it that I am really looking forward to it. As you guys know, I'm not a gamer. I'm totally a gamer. I'm not a gamer. So my friends who love The Last of Us are so excited about this. And it sounds like I have a lot of reason to be excited, but because I've never played the game, I'm going to put The Last of Us at my least anticipated position because it's not as near and dear to my heart as these other ones. Please don't kill me, Last of Us fans. So Last of Us goes down here. Then Ozark, Stranger Things, and Cobra Kai. The one that I'm most excited, the third most excited for would be Cobra Kai. I really liked Cobra Kai this last season. I thought that it was great, but I can't really picture the show continuing for that much longer. Maybe a little bit, but I just feel like we've kind of done our thing. We're starting to retread a little bit, and I really love the show, but when you're comparing it to the other two, which are 2 of my favorites of all time, then it goes into the 3rd place position. Between Ozark and Stranger Things. So at TUDUM, there was a big Stranger Things teaser trailer. I'm not sure what they were calling it. And we were focused on a different family and a different house, but then we got to our Stranger Things kids. I love Stranger Things Season 1. I love Stranger Things Season 3. Season 2 was pretty good. I think Season 4 is going to be good too, but I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do here. And Ozark hasn't missed a single episode for me yet. I think Ozark goes tit for tat with Breaking Bad. I know people give me shit for that, but so for that reason, it goes Ozark, Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, The Last of Us for my anticipated shows. What a fun question, D-Train. Thank you for asking. Curious your guys' order. Did any of you guys just cancel me after that? Sorry if my opinion is not the same as yours. Actually, sorry, not sorry, as the kids might say. Speaking of a lot of those shows, let's talk a little bit about TUDUM. How am I supposed to say it without saying it like that every time? TUDUM was on September 25th, and it was Netflix's presentation, kind of like DC, the fuck is DC thing that they're called that I love? DC, oh my God, what is it called? It's not, DC All Access was the name of their show. DC Universe? What is the thing that's happening in October that already happened? We loved it. DC Fandom. I got there. Nobody said anything yet. Yes, Fandom. Because yeah, and now you guys are coming in with it. Thank you guys for your support. But I thought of it myself. I would admit it if I didn't. DC Fandom. I feel like Netflix is taking a page out of that book and all these books to try to do this event. I really was thinking about it though, and it's like, it doesn't quite make sense for Netflix the same way, because when you're wondering who's going to watch DC Fandom, it's DC fans. That's who watches DC Fandom, period. If you're wondering who's going to watch TUDUM, I don't know anybody who's like a diehard Netflix fan. There are people who love Netflix, like me. We Netflix and do everything. Netflix and chill, Netflix and cook, Netflix. Love Netflix. But it's not like Netflix is a genre. So it was harder to convince people, I think, to tune into this. But they did a really interesting, I don't know how the actual event went, because again, I wasn't watching that, but I did watch all of the stuff that came out of it. And they did a really good job of dropping a ton of stuff. Almost too good of a job. Like, I think some of it's going to get buried because nobody was really paying attention to all of the things that were taking place. So we got a bunch of stuff that I want to mention. We got that clip of Red Notice that was, no, stop. Shh, phone. Shh, don't get me demonetized, phone. I don't even know what video you were playing. Was that Red Notice that you were just playing? The Red Notice video was just kind of a clip of Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, and The Rock. It was a fight scene from them. It looked fun, I guess. This wasn't doing anything major for me, but I love these three performers. I love everything they're in. So I'm excited about this already. And when there was that Stranger Things season 4 teaser, we got that awesome Sherlock Holmes moment from Dustin, which I really liked. And I was already sold on that as well. Brittany says, what song is that? I don't know, Brittany. I don't know. Loud noises. What did you guys think? Who saw the Genius Kanye West doc trailer with Mos Def and Kanye performing 2 words? There was something about this teaser, this first look at the Kanye doc, that made me so sad. Because if you guys came up like I did, you were a diehard Kanye fan. And watching him in this, he looks so young. He's so talented. He just really is bringing the heat. And I love College Dropout. It's one of the best albums of all time. And to watch this and to think of where we are now with Kanye, it was just fucking sad. Apparently this doc is filmed over 2 decades. And this one clip, I was like, oh, wow, I think I'm going to have a really hard time watching this, because where Kanye is now, I'm not saying it's sad like he didn't have any say in it. I'm just saying it's sad like, God, I loved him so much. I think all of us did. And then where he is now is just such a fall from grace, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That was tough. We found out Sex Education was renewed for season 4. You guys know I just deemed that to be maybe the number 1 Netflix show of all time. So I'm super duper in on Netflix picking the Sex Education up for season 4. It shouldn't be the last season. We still have a lot of mileage we can get out of these characters. I think we definitely have at least 2 more seasons, if I have anything to say about it, which I don't. Also, we got a Bridgerton look. I'm going to miss some of the characters like Regé-Jean Page. But, I still like Bridgerton. So this was a little flirtatious first look. I was kind of into it. We got that first look at the Sandman, Neil Gaiman's comic. This looked creepy as fuck, right? I mean, did any of you guys check this out? This was wild. And also, I think I'm right about the fact that a lot of these things got buried, because a lot of people missed a ton of these. Tiger King 2, we got that. I think November 17th is the date for it. We know a little more about what's happening there. I think we're going to focus on some of the other characters, not Carol. We're going to focus on Doc and one of the other people. They said they just scratched the surface, so we'll see. Cowboy Bebop, We got the Cowboy Bebop opening sequence. It was kind of cool looking. Army of Thieves, we got in a trailer for. I feel like Army of the Dead just came the fuck out, but this is cool. The trailer looked cool. A lot of animated things, which you guys know that I don't seem to care that much about. Sorry, my animated queens. Don't Look Up. That's the Meryl Streep, Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill movie. And the trailer was interesting. The tone was kind of strange. It was kind of funny, but also kind of deadpan and a little weird. I don't really know what to make of it. What did you guys think of the Don't Look Up trailer? Did anybody watch it? Is this stuff getting buried for you too? And then I didn't ever finish The Witcher Season 1, so I didn't watch The Witcher Season 2 trailer, but that did drop. Thoughts? What was your favorite thing to come out of TUDUM? Let me know. Questions, comments, concerns. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Get them in loud. Get them in proud. I want to hear from you guys. I just looked in the Streamlabs. None of you guys had any thoughts on this. All right. Or maybe you didn't watch TUDUM. Maybe you missed all these trailers. Maybe you don't give a flying fuck about TUDUM. TUDUM. You can't help but say it out loud, though, right? You just can't help it. Let's talk a little bit about R. Kelly. What a transition, Rox. Who doesn't want to talk about R. Kelly? Pretty much nobody. But this is actually relatively good news. R. Kelly was convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking. Why is that good news? It's not good news that he did it. It's good news that he was convicted. We had all known for a long time that this is what happened, and now he's been convicted. So what does that mean? Let's check it out. This is coming from CNN. Jurors found R. Kelly guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking charges in all. Kelly could face decades in prison. Kelly, who has been on trial since August 18th, will be sentenced on May 4th. That's a long time away. So he's been on trial since August 18th. Now it's September 27th, though. So that's like a month and a week that he was on trial, a month and 9 days that he was on trial. He's not going to be sentenced until May 4th. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April, like 7.5 months. This is a long fucking time. Prosecution witnesses accused Kelly of sexual and physical abuse, while the defense presented witnesses who said they never saw Kelly abuse women, but conceded they weren't around for much of the time. Kelly wasn't alone with female guests. It's like the fact that the defense is like, but look, here are people who were around him when he wasn't abusive. And then those people are like, yeah, but I wasn't around him 24/7. It's like, what kind of a fucking case is that? That's when you have no case. I'm happy to see that as much justice as can be served here. I'm curious how much time he actually ends up getting. They're saying he could face decades in prison for what he did. It seems like from the little bit that I watched, the lack of remorse, the lack of accountability, it seems like he needs to be in prison for a very long time. I'm confused about why we have to wait half a year longer to sentence him. Is it to like get his affairs in order, or why is everything just that backed up? Like, why are we waiting that long? Doesn't quite make sense to me. But then again, I don't understand the legal system, and hence why I'm an actress. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what's going on in here. Leonard Kim says, happy Monday, Dimple Tits. Roxy, how are you today? I'm fine, thanks. My standouts for TUDUM event that I'm anticipating were Arcane. That was a animated thing, right? Vikings, Valhalla. What is that? Red Notice. Talked about that. Army of Thieves. Talked about that. Umbrella Academy. I fell off of that. It was good, but then I don't know. I just fell off of it. The Witcher and Don't Look Up. The hair looks beautiful. Thanks. I just put it in a pony because it was greasy. Glenn Caesar in the house says, I hope you each continue breathing in the golden sparkles. Oh, golden sparkles. I'm going to picture that. Of love, and breathing out every bit of stress. Be gone. With each inhale and exhale to break apart and remove all types of energetic blockages so you can attain balance and get to experience happiness and joy every day. May you each get to smile and laugh out loud like a child at least once a day, today and every single day for the rest of your lives, so that you glow in your flow and radiate because Your story/song of life is important and deserves to be seen and heard. Thank you, Glenn. I feel like everybody with me now. Class, thank you, Glenn. If you didn't say it out loud, are you even a rock star? Admit it. Admit your faults. Okay, moving forward. Send in those Streamlabs. Let me know your questions, comments, concerns. Hasn't R. Kelly been on video abusing minors to Stormy Woods? I think so. Third Church says celebs get special justice. A regular person would be thrown in prison so fast after that conviction. Yeah, I kind of think so too. Ryan says, can we push the sentencing to be earlier, like now or next month? I know. It's like so much time. And what do they do with him in the meantime? I actually don't even know. Does he sit in a holding cell or does he just go home on house arrest? Like, how does that work when you're waiting to be sentenced? Ugh. Yuck. Thinking about all that. Ugh. Like, he's got great music. A lot of people who are bad people do, but like now I used to bop a lot. Every single one of us used to remix to Ignition nonstop. I'm sure. I even still sometimes break into I Believe I Can Fly, and then I have to stop myself, like, fucking stop, rocks. Glenn Caesar also says, may you find our son, walk in it as much as possible, and fully lose yourself being in it. Wherever you can in each of your days, your weeks, your months, and even your years. Hopefully it gets easier for you to just be you, always and in all ways. Thanks, Glenn. Everybody, yeah. Thanks, Glenn. Teacher Roxy in the house. So there's a bunch of stuff that I've been watching that I wanted to talk to you guys about, that some of you guys have recommended me some of the stuff. I've recommended you guys some of the stuff and everywhere in between. But there's shows that I'm just like, I'm overwhelmed with the amount of good content and good new content is on TV right now. And I want to talk about it. Before I do that, Jimmy Nails in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStraya says, I'm tentatively excited for Sandman. It is the most important property ever to me. Ooh, wow. And it looks like they might just get it right. It's so nerve-wracking when something means so much to you that they could fuck it up. But the good thing is that no matter what happens, you'll always have the Sandman versions that you love. I'm assuming you're talking about from the comics. You'll always have that. So even if they fuck it up, you can just ignore it, hopefully. But it is always that nerve-wracking. I know what you mean. Regarding R. Kelly, as a Chicago native, I can assure you that an entire city is breathing a little easier. Wow. I love Chicago. Thank you for that comment. And thank you for that support. Jimmy Nails means everything to me. Also in here, Leonard Kim says, while I don't necessarily think that Netflix needed this TUDUM event, it was possibly their best marketing effort for any of their content, which was appreciated. Good Lord, why are they so horrible at promoting/advertising their content? Rolling on the floor laughing. I think probably because they don't need to, because we see it anyway. But yeah, they really are. There's just so much stuff there that things get lost in the shuffle, and all of a sudden you find a show that's great and you're like, what the fuck? I didn't even know that this existed. It's just wild. It's totally wild. So some of the shows that I might not have known existed without you guys, this Hulu show, Only Murders in the Building. I only watched the premiere episode. It's a half hour. I think it was 35 minutes. It's the show on Hulu with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez that you guys have been telling me about it. Quick pitch. These three people living in a building together, and they love this true crime podcast. And there is an event that takes place that they decide to investigate and start a podcast of their own together, having never done a podcast before. That's the pitch, the premise of the show. I only watched the first episode. I was in within 30 seconds. It is so funny off the bat. Just the way that Martin Short operates and moves, Steve Martin as well. It's just like comedic geniuses. They're so great. And then Selena Gomez is really great on the show. She rounds out the cast very well. Tina Fey is involved as well. It is just really funny, really good. And I think because it's on Hulu, not as many people are talking about it right now. I'm only one episode in. I'm definitely going to binge this really quickly. I'm kind of now, instead of binging one show, I've got a few shows that I'm trying to binge all at once so that I don't just go through it so quickly, because sometimes you miss things when you go through that quickly. And so, yeah, it's excellent. Can't recommend it enough. Really excited about this show. And I like that it's not one of those shows where it's like, wait till the 5th episode and you might be in. This is like 5 minutes in, I'm like, whoa, we're hitting the ground running. This is funny. This is good. This is poignant. This is smart. This is well written. This is incredibly well performed. This is very much so star power. Yes, yes, yes. Sign me up. Sign, seal, delivered. Yes from Rocks. Anybody else watching it? Send bunnies if you're watching Only Murders in the Building. Or if I just convinced you to watch it. It's an excellent show. Also, you guys told me about Reservation Dogs. I have to be honest about this one. So Reservation Dogs is a show on FX that's on Hulu on FX. So you watch it on Hulu. It's an FX on Hulu show. And it's got an all-Native American cast, which is really fucking cool because I've never seen a show with an all-Native American cast. It takes place on a reservation. And it's a comedy. And a lot of people were comparing it to Atlanta. And I think that did it a disservice majorly for me because I'm 6 episodes deep. And I don't know what... It's good. It's totally good. It's well done, but I haven't laughed at all, and I think that's a problem with a comedy. I think that I'm enjoying watching it because it's about a different culture that I'm not familiar with, so I'm enjoying it enough, but everybody was like, this is the #1 best show of the year, and it's so hysterical, and I feel like I'm missing something because I don't think it's funny at all. And so, I don't know. I gotta really, I'm not done with it yet, and I'm gonna keep going, and maybe I change my mind on it. But so far, I'm like, this show's good. It's super well done. But I love a comedy that makes me laugh, and this one is not doing that. I'm curious how you guys feel about that. For those of you guys who recommended it to me, I appreciate it, and I think it's good that I'm watching it, but it's just not hitting home for me. Della Common in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, I'm going to need Sandman to be good. American Gods was a dumpster fire, and Gaiman work deserves better. Two, Kanye needs to be forced to start hanging out with Yassine Bey, Mos Def. I didn't know that was Mos Def's name. Common and Talib Kweli. 1, 2, 3, Mos Def and Talib Kweli. Almost like a soul rehab. I know, it's kind of like when Dave Chappelle goes to rescue Kanye ever, and you're like, good, just like do that instead. Just be with the good people and then be a good person, and just, can't we get there? I know that he's mentally ill as well, and so I know that the world tries to be patient with him, including myself, but some of the things he does are incredibly dangerous for not just himself, but others. But I'm with you, Della Common. A soul rehab sounds like what the doctor has ordered for sure. Dirt Hagen's in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, hey, Roxy, I watched the Basic Bitch show on the replay, and it was fucking hilarious. I'm about to take the flirt test after your show. Much love. Ooh, what kind of flirt are you? I was a romantic flirt, whatever the fuck that means. What up, Dirt? Thanks for the support. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to get out of here in the next 5 minutes, so send it in the last minute, Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. Glenn Theater says, are you and Steph seeing Venom at a screening tomorrow night? Or is that a different day? Maybe a different movie. I'm still high from my meditation, LOL. So forgive my lack of remembering. By the way, my CP symptoms or lack thereof are good. Text Kathy. Oh, good. Thank you, Glenn, for that reminder. Steph and I are seeing Venom tomorrow. Yes, we're going tomorrow to see Venom. It's going to be a busy-ass day tomorrow. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, super happy you're enjoying Only Murders in the Building. It's a fun show, and as someone who loves a good mystery, it's right up my alley. I checked out Foundation, Apple TV Plus, and if you're into sci-fi, it's worth a watch. Also, watch Home Economics. There's like nobody watching that show recommending it to me, but I know you said something a couple times, Leonard Kim. Should I? The other show that I'm watching right now is Midnight Mass, and I'm 3 episodes into that, and it's the Mike Flanagan show. For those of you guys who don't know Mike Flanagan, he's the one who did Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, and this is his new horror series. I go like this for horror because I know some people out there are like, well, technically it's not horror because I don't know. To me, it's a horror show. It's really good. This one's interesting to me because it's so religious. There's so many themes of religion. He has themes of religion, all this stuff, but this is like so religious. And it makes me question some things. Like he's not making a statement on religion that you should or should not. I think he's just showing different people and different types of people. And 3 episodes in, something happens where I'm like, if that happened, what would I believe? What would I think? How would I feel? And things like that have happened before. So how would Roxy be with that? He does a really great job of having his horror shows not just be scary, but also be thought-provoking. And that's my favorite kind of horror. I really like him. I really like the show so far, and I'm looking forward to finishing it. I can't really watch more than one episode in a sitting before I get too freaked out, especially because I usually watch late at night. And so the last thing it's not the scariest show of all time. The last thing I want to do at 3 a.m. is watch multiple episodes of this. So that's why I've been doing Reservation Dogs, Only Murders in the Building, and Midnight Mass kind of on repeat. It's really good. It's really good. I'm really, really into this one. Is anybody watching Midnight Mass? Are you guys Mike Flanagan fans? I think that's his name. I could have made that up, but I don't think I did. Getting out of here really soon, so send in those last minutes, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, so that you can get in your questions, comments, concerns. In the meantime, shout out and goodbye to all of you guys in here. Third Turd, Jimmy Nails, Andrew Thomas, Steve Cauldron, Murderanta, Bruce Banner, Della Comment, John Eugene, and Jimmy Nails, Brittany Parker, hi, Joseph Ashley, Mohammed Belsin, Ryan Payne, Jeremy King, Matt Munoz, hope your birthday was great, my dear, Steve Cauldron, Leonard Kim, Brennan Mystical Mar, the Luke Reviews, C. Weissman, 27. I didn't watch the Tony Awards. I watched some clips from it, but I didn't watch the Tony Awards. It's just like when their categories where only one person's nominated, it just didn't interest me too much. I know that's bad. Dimo Katabe and everybody else who is in here, Jake Yakavetta, all the people, Damith ASAP. Appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you so much. As we get out of here, a few things that I want to remind you guys. Put down the toilet seat and the lid. We don't want those perfumes. Make your bed. Don't drum with the Holocaust. Brett Miles Jonathan, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Check your internet. You can do so by blowing on it. And much love to all of you guys. I will see you tomorrow live at the Roxy, probably around 2 once I come back from shooting the big thing. Much love, everyone. I'll see you later.